Want to know what a real man would tell their lady about love and life? You're in the right place. This is Hello Ladies with Rom Wills. Rom Wills is a speaker and author of several books on relationships. Grab some wine, sit back, and enjoy.
Hello, ladies. Welcome to my spot. The reason many sisters miss out on the bag. Now, I'm going to tell a story. Now, last week I was in Atlanta. I was, filming something. I was filming an independent movie with a friend of mine. He's a filmmaker. And I'm in several scenes. And I remember it was interesting. I was riding in a car with the lead actor on it. And the car was a hoopty. He joked about it too. He was laughing about it, but the car was a hoopty. I mean, he had tape holding covering for the headlights down. I mean, it had no air conditioning. It was a hot day, no air conditioning. You know, like the windshield wipers would just come on automatically. He had to stop one time and take out the circuit for the windshield wipers, because they would just come on. I mean, the car was totally jacked up. But one of the scenes we did was at his place. Yeah. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I mean, I wasn't tripping over it, but I expected to pull up to some apartment building or something like that. I was cool. You know, I'm helping out a friend film something. Oh no, we pull up to this house, this 5-bedroom house with a 2-car garage. And dude had a later model car and his motorcycle in the garage. And we going in, and I'm like, damn. Oh, this really look real nice, man. This look real nice. I bet you some women get wet when I said it to him. I said, I bet you some women get wet as soon as they walk in here. He said, hey, I figure if they ride with me in the car, they down for me. So, but here's the point of the story. You get many women, many sisters looking for that bag, talking about it. In fact, when I've talked about stuff like that on here, like getting that successful man early or what it takes, I had some women pissed off at me. Hey, I had to use the block button more than I usually would on here because, I don't play. And my point with sharing that is there's a lot of brothers like that, especially for the sisters. That's why I say the sisters. Usually this for anybody who's listening, but the sisters especially need to hear this because this is very prevalent, because I've been hearing the shortage of economically viable black men since the 80s. Been hearing about it. Oh, they don't have a job. Or there was a woman wrote a book. Her name's Dr. Julia Hare. About how to find a BMW, black man working. So that's always been the case. But then what you have is a lot of men, brothers, especially. They got stuff, but then they'll have 2 cars. They'll have a big house, but 2 cars or something. And I've known several who've done this. They'll have that real fancy car, real nice car to get them, get where, go someplace fancy with somebody they cool with. But they also got a hoopty. They might just drive around just for kicks. And usually those are the ones they'll show up to on the first date with. I knew a dude he'll show up with a pickup truck with the paint still inside and stuff, And the reason they do that is too many sisters get caught up over form over function. Like, I know, look, and I'm just being real with you. I'm being real. A lot of times losing out that way. Losing out. Because you worried about the outer without really seeing the inner. Now, I understand, attracted to style, like that swag and everything. That's cool. But if you're talking about getting the bag, it's like, boom. Now, let me explain. Let me break down money. Because, see, a lot of people don't understand money. People who make money, they realize one thing. You need to put that. See, a smart person. Well, let me back up. There's a difference between a wealthy person and a rich person, money-wise. There's a big difference. And I talk about this on my business channel. There's a big difference. The rich person will put their money into wealth reducing assets. I mean, liabilities. So they'll buy a house they might not be able to really afford. They'll buy like that late model car that they really don't need like that. They'll buy like, those expensive clothes, go on those vacations, basically spend their money, do stuff to reduce their wealth. The wealthy person, however, puts that money, they'll get a functional car. They might have one or two good suits. And, the house thing, that's a wealth reducing liability that's worth it. So, you can get my house. But usually, most of the extra money is going to go into increasing that money, investing. So they might not look like $1 million, but after they invest in stuff, they probably have it. But the point is, most of the time in the black community especially, we go on the forum, we looking at that forum. And I've seen that on YouTube when some women are talking about some dude. They like, oh, he look broke. It's like, how the fuck broke look? Because it's stupid to put your money on your back and in chains and everything else. How does that look? See, the rich person, the wealthy person, the man who got the bag, shoot, he put that into some real estate stocks or something, some funds, something like that. Shoot, he's saving up for that laundromat. He's trying to increase it. Shoot, he got his one house that's reducing his wealth, but then he gonna put his money into some 4 units or something to increase his wealth. And I've known several men who've done just that. But if you see them walk, they'll pull up in a hoopty. They ain't gonna have the flyest clothes. It'll be clean, And it goes back to what I said, getting to know that man, find out what's up. Now I know a lot of women don't want to build. They expect that man to have something when they meet him. But see, here's the problem with that. And see, here's the problem. I had a lot of ladies get mad at me, but women need to understand one thing. When I'm telling you how the men are thinking. You trying to get shit from these men. You trying to get the bag or whatever. And you'll fail because a man is telling you that shit you thinking don't work. In fact, when has it ever worked? And don't use a celebrity example. Don't use one example and then you got like 10,000 failures out there. And I'm telling you what actually worked. And I'll tell you, the main thing a man is going to look for is a loyalty. He might even like shave off some points for your physical attractiveness if he feel like you're going to be loyal. But how he going to know that if he feel like you just want one thing? Because he going to feel like if you just looking at his outer, you don't care about him. And that's one of the main things too. And really, that's, I directed this to sisters, but that's men of every race. I've talked to like men of other races, Hispanic, white, Asian. Shoot, they want to know, okay, you down for me or you down for this, what I'm presenting here? I've talked to men, minor celebrities, major celebrities. I ain't gonna drop too many names, but they thinking about that. They looking at that. It's like, well, does she want this thing? Or she want this position? Or she want me? And a lot of times, too many women are looking for that superficial thing. That indication. To brag to the girlfriends. I don't know, whatever. But it don't work that way. That's why sometimes, you meet somebody, you might feel like a certain vibe. Don't be like, well, nah, he driving that car, I can't mess with him. I want the bag. In fact, I'm going to just say it. I've said it before. Many women won't not get the bag because you're looking at it wrong. You better find out what that man's character is like. You better find out. Don't make that assumption just because he pull up in something, because that was the funniest thing. Because, shoot, even I made that assumption. But I just laughed about it. Because I ain't know anything about him. But then at the same time, it wasn't a concern to me. I ain't trying to get somebody's bag. But if you're a lady, sister, woman, you can be of another race. You trying to get a bag, you better find out about that man's character first. Don't trip because you don't see him pushing that expensive car, or he ain't have those like expensive shoes on or something. Nah. Get out of that form. If you want that function, the practicality, or anything, shoot, you better get to know that person. You better find out what's up. So anyway, that's all I got. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace.